Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, a battle report for you, and finally I've managed to arrange a practice game for the last chance open that I'm going to. This is a bit of a last minute thing, but I did need to set up some terrain because I am going to be taking my Necron terrain to the tournament for one of the tables, so I've just set that up. Looks pretty cool, I think, not too much, not too little. And then I'm going to show you my list. So this is my Necron Boohoo list, as I'm calling it. So I've got the dual CADs. The first CAD has a Lord, standard Lord with a war sign. Then we've got 2 squads of 5 Immortals, 3 squads of 5 Flayed Ones, and 3 squads of 3 Wraiths, or with whip coils. My heavy support is 3 squads of 1 Heavy Destroyers. The second CAD has a Lord, 2 squads of 5 Immortals, 3 squads of 5 Flayed Ones, 3 squads of 3 Wraiths. One of the squads only has 1 whip coil, but all the others have whip coils. And then finally, for the heavy support, 1 Tomb Spider, and then another 2 Tomb Spider, just single spiders. And we are going to be playing the IDIC missions pack. We're going to roll randomly to see which mission we get. I'm just waiting for my buddy to come at the moment. I'm sure he will bring his Blood Angels, and indeed I'm sure he'll have quite a number of land speeders with the missile launchers on, which are proving quite nasty and quite difficult to deal with. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. I'm really looking forward to testing out this list. So yeah, definitely more to come. Right, so here we go. We rolled off, we're playing Big Guns Never Tire, which has been modified. So we've got 2 objectives each, one in our deployment zone and one in our enemy's deployment zone, and we are playing Vanguard Strike. Just going to run over the Blood Angels deployment. So we've got a squad of skimmers with the missiles and heavy bolters. We've got 2 Razorbacks. Are they? Have they got men?
No, they're not in
They're
there.
2 empty ones with las cannons, and the Marines are there. We've got 1 squad there, 1 squad behind the building. We've then got a big squad of 15 Death Company with a chaplain. We've got some little stand-in models there, so those red guys are going to die first, obviously. And then we've got a Librarian with a squad of bikes. Another squad of speeders, again with the missile launchers. In reserve we have a Storm Raven with some close combat scouts in. For my army, I've basically deployed all along my deployment zone here. The objectives are placed. We've got objective 1, which I placed here, and my opponent placed objective 2 just there. I've then infiltrated the Flayed Ones, so I've got 2 squads there, 2 squads there, 1 in the middle, and another one just up over there. Got my heavy destroyers just hiding behind these pieces of terrain there. And then over on this side of the table we've got the 2 objectives, one which I placed just there, and then one that's my opponent's place, which I'm desperately trying to find. Where's your objective?
I've lost it.
Somewhere, there it is. Under there. Okay, so I am currently going first. My buddy did try to seize the initiative, but just failed with a 5. So we're going to move in now to Necrons, turn 1. Okay, so turn 1 for the Necrons. I basically moved forward with most of my stuff moving and running. Fairly cautiously though, it's not going full throttle, but certainly spreading out amongst the board. I have to get this objective just here and destroy an enemy unit. That was quite hard. I shot my 3 heavy destroyers in at that unit there. The first one, he got his 6+ cover save for night fight in the open, and I killed 1, and the other one I rolled 2-1, so I killed 1 guy. However, I did jump them back behind the terrain for a little bit of safety. And the Blood Angels are going to be going next. They have to hold their objective in their deployment zone, and they also have to hold this objective here. So it looks like it's probably going to be 1 point each for the first round, but we'll see. Blood Angels, turn 1. Okay, so turn 1 for what was a very aggressive Blood Angels army in some instances and not quite so aggressive in others. So what happened? Despite having to get this objective, Blood Angels decided to move away. There's quite a few units around this area, so I can imagine that was pretty scary. So everything moved away, prepared to shoot me. The bikes moved up. The 15 Death Company with the chaplain moved up here as well. Those guys just moved back from the building where the flayed ones are. Then they opened up fire. I lost a wraith and a wound on another wraith there. Over here I lost 2 wraiths, and this guy here is just on 1 wound. And then I lost another wraith and a wound on this unit here from some shooting from some bikes and etc. And then the Death Company, 15 Death Company, charged me. I didn't have a hope in hell. Yeah, I was absolutely obliterated. There was so many attacks, re-rolling and re-rolling. So I've got a massive unit here to deal with. I did, however, get Maelstrom points for this one, so Maelstrom wise 1-0. Secondary objectives are King of the Hill, which is basically trying to get into the middle of the table with the most points. You then have Line Breaker and Slay the Warlord. Okay, we're going to move in now to turn 2 for the Necrons. Okay, so turn 2. The Blood Angels drew exactly the same markers this time, so once again having to get their objective over there and my objective over here. I got different markers. I had to get the Blood Angels objective and kill a unit outright. So as you can see, I piled a Wraith unit and a Flayed One unit around that objective. These guys just moved up, moved both of these units off of this piece of terrain, just cowering behind some terrain as best as possible. Moved the Wraiths up just there by the bikes. I then surrounded this massive Death Squad unit with 3 squads of Wraiths, some Flayed Ones, and then moved all my guns into range as best as possible. So I shot everything pretty much into the Death Company. I killed a couple odd in there, and then I went into the assault. Didn't lose anything from Overwatch, and in the assault I've lost 2 Flayed Ones, and I had 1 wound on a Wraith. In return, after the shooting and the assault, I've managed to kill 9 Death Company, and the chaplain is down to 1 wound. So not too bad at all, really. I'm quite happy with that. These Flayed Ones just moved through the building there, just hovering around just to see what's going to happen. Still a massive bike unit there. Okay, so now we are going to move in to turn 2 for the Blood Angels, and they do have some reserves, so let's see what happens. Okay, so Blood Angels turn 2. Once again, staying well away from this little blob here, giving me this objective, but totally concentrating both squads of speeders and all the last cannons at my 2 Wraiths, which I put right in the middle of his troops, trying to bait him into shooting me, and it sort of worked, so that was quite useful. But what happened, he managed to not get the Primarius power, the divination thing, off, so that failed. Everything shot into me and I saved everything. These guys here came up and assaulted my Flayed Ones. I lost 1 Flayed One, managed to kill 3 Marines. I chased them down, they became fearless. We had an assault here. I killed 1 Death Company. I lost a wound, and indeed the Wraith from that 1 unit that was just there. These bikes here have turbo boosted right into my deployment zone. These are going to give me a few problems, I think, in the next turn. So I ended up getting 1 Maelstrom point for over there. Blood Angels got 0 again. As we move in to turn 3 for the Necrons. Okay, so that was Necrons turn 3. We drew the Maelstrom objectives. The Blood Angels had to get this one here and this one over here. I had to get that one there and the one over there by that bunch of tanks. So I pushed up with the 2 squads of Flayed Ones just there into the terrain, moving and running. Moved another unit of Flayed Ones up here, just crowding this objective. Considered taking the race over there, but decided not to. These two Wraiths here went up and assaulted the 4 Marines that were standing there, managed to wipe them out and then consolidated just there. These flayed ones here killed the 2 Marines that were left. I lost 1 flayed one and consolidated in the terrain. Over here I concentrated on the bikes with my firepower, moved the heavy destroyers around, getting into good positions, stopping any multi-assaults as best as possible, and I shot everything basically apart from that unit that was out of range at the bikes, and I managed to kill 4, so just 2 left. The one at the back there, the black one, is a librarian. And then we went into the big assault here in the middle. I lost another flayed one. I managed to kill the chaplain, so that was Slay the Warlord. So that's how we stand at the moment. As we move into Blood Angels turn 3, the Storm Raven didn't come out last time, so let's see if it comes out this time. Okay, so Blood Angels turn 3, the Storm Raven did come on this time, so that zoomed on right over from the corner, opened up with some split fire, shot into my Immortals, killed 1 Immortal, and then did a wound on this heavy destroyer. The massive dent in the Immortals here is from these repositioned speeders, shooting their missile launchers as frag. These speeders shot into those wraiths. I lost a wound on front wraith, so both of those just on 1 wound now. Continued the assault here. I lost nothing, but I killed 2 of those Death Company, just 2 Death Company left now. And then over here we had some shooting, which did nothing, and then an assault. I lost a wraith and did no damage back. And then that was pretty much it. So it ended up with me on this objective, the one I had to claim. Blood Angels got no Maelstrom points, so I'm 3-0 up on Maelstrom, but still plenty of shooting there from the Blood Angels. So let's see what happens in turn 4. Okay, so turn 4 for the Necrons. We did our Maelstrom. Blood Angels got to score this objective and kill a unit outright. I need to score this objective and kill a unit outright. So I concentrated on these pesky speeders, shot the 3 heavy gauze cannons at them. 1 missed, the other killed 1, and then I assaulted with the wraiths and the flayed ones. In the end the wraiths managed to destroy both the others, so that was my Maelstrom point. Over here we continued the assault, killed another of the Death Companies, 1 remaining, thanks to a nice feel no pain save. I then just consolidated everything around this objective, trying to protect it, and then over here just jiggled around with the flayed ones, just moving them all up towards this objective. In the meantime, the wraiths went over there. There is another objective behind. I didn't have the point, just trying to clear some space, and I managed to take out the Razorback. So that was it. That was my turn 4. So we're going to move on now to turn 4 for the Blood Angels. Okay, so we had a look at the table, and the Blood Angels have decided to concede with the objectives and everything that there are around, and the amount of units left. It just wasn't really worth carrying on. So I got primary. I'm on all 4 of the main objectives. I've got the Maelstrom, which was ended in 3-0 on the Maelstrom. I got Slay the Warlord, Line Breaker and King of the Hill. So the result was 11-0, but what a great game, and really enjoyed that, and that was actually really good practice. So I'm quite pleased to have actually got a practice game in before the main event. So let's see how we do there. Right, that's it from me. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video.